Hello YouTube, my name is Neo, and we are just a few days away from Warcraft 3 Direct, the big presentation that Blizzard has in store for us regarding the Warcraft franchise. It's turning 30 years, and there have been some updates and leaks and rumors recently that we reported on. Number 1, Warcraft 2 Remaster. We were one of the first to report about this since we've seen a new version or a new project deployed on the Blizzard CDN. A couple of minutes after we released our video, I've seen the following tweet by Marleman saying, "I think Blizzard forgot that they have the ability to encrypt catalog entries for unannounced games. Whoopsie!" A user asks, "What game?" And the confirmation is Warcraft 3 Remaster Reno. This was then confirmed also by the GOAT of Warcraft data mining. This is Steven, who's doing a lot of work in the World of Warcraft sector. Not only is he confirming Warcraft 2? No, he also got the design, the cover of Warcraft 2, and it is remastered. And this should be good for all the fans of Warcraft 2, because the previous remasters of Blizzard have been really good. Diablo 2 remastered, wonderful product. StarCraft remastered, really good, looks fine. The only thing they didn't do well is Warcraft 3 Reforged, and that was a remake. The difference here is that a remake is very ambitious, basically recreates the game from its core, while a remaster is mostly a visual update and compatibility update, so you can play it on modern operating systems, and it will probably be included into Battle.net at some point, maybe even with the multiplayer. So less of a scale, less ambitious. This is probably what we're gonna get with the Warcraft 2 remaster. Regardless of the scope of this project, Warcraft 3 fans are not particularly excited about this. The jump from Warcraft 2 to Warcraft 3 is gigantic. It is not comparable at all, and only because you like Warcraft 3 doesn't mean that you also like Warcraft 2 or even played Warcraft 2. The Warcraft 3 Reddit came up with a highly upvoted post that said, "Boycott Warcraft 2 Remaster until Reforged is a greatly improved title. 8 cash grabs, 8 poor remakes. Simple as." Shouldn't be a remake, but what can I say? We have suffered quite a bit in the past 4 years, and caution is not the worst thing when it comes to Blizzard products in the Warcraft RTS sphere, is it? But this is a Warcraft 3 channel, and of course we're going to present you some Warcraft 3 news. We were among the first who reported that there's been a new branch of test realms called W3D, with the D stands for developers, and the version raised some eyebrows. 2.0, 022.230. Frozen Throne wasn't updated to version 2.0. Reforged didn't get the title 2.0. From this, it looked as if something very big is coming. This is the version. What if you segment this? What if you split it up? Did you catch it? 2002 is the release year of Warcraft 3, 22 is the age of the Warcraft 3 game, and 30 is the anniversary that we are celebrating, with this being the release of Warcraft Orcs and Human, the first game of the franchise. Was this leak, this little hint, just something to get us excited? To get the attention from some people? Was it a PR stunt? Let's take a look at these version numbers. I don't think it's a coincidence that they chose these version numbers. If we compare version 22,230 to what we currently play, that is 21,498. 732 updates have been done from the live version. That is quite a lot. A balance patch, for example, is sometimes 14 updates, more or less. Since we reported the news about the 2.0 drop, the version got reverted to 1.36, also on the D branch of the CDN, and 13 updates happened But there are some inconsistencies because they didn't start with 1.36.2.22,230. They started with 498. Plus the 13 updates is now 21,511. Something ain't right there. We didn't catch up to the leaked version number. What we can see is there's constant development with updates every day or every 2 days. So it looks like they polished something. Getting ready for a release, maybe. We'll see about that. But what's the scope of this? This is a little bit of a stretch. But if we compare the version numbers of Warcraft 3 from 2020, 8 months after the Reforged debacle, to October, that is a version difference of round about 4,100. That included ranked play, custom campaigns, advanced overlay, tournaments, clans, lots of balance changes, and lots of bug fixes. 4,000 updates to get us from Reforged launch to here. That's quite a lot. 700 updates right now in comparison is like what? 5.5 times as much? So it's hard to compare an update because changing a number in a day in one file could be an update. Replacing a model could be an update, right? One update doesn't mean anything really. But if it's just 20%, maybe it's the scale of rank play, which would still be good. But some people picked up our video and other people's videos and said there might be an add-on coming. I think for an add-on, this is probably not enough. Let's take a look at who could have potentially done this work on a Warcraft 3 patch. If we look at the releases in the past 2 years, something is relatively clear. All the 4,000 updates that Warcraft 3 got between August of 2022 and June of 2023 were called the Playside era. This was updates that were necessary because those were features that we had in Frozen Throne that were taken away with Reforged, and Blizzard was risking a lawsuit by not bringing these features back. So reportedly, the work on that was already laid out by the Classic team that was fired. All these bits and pieces were picked up and sent to Playside, a studio in Australia that did the outsourced development on these patches and delivered them. Rumors say this contract lasted for around about a year, so the Playside era from June to June 22, 2023. Noticeable, during this entire time there was no development at all on Heroes of the Storm, while StarCraft 2 got very little updates, a couple of them, map pool changes, 1 or 2 balance fixes there, but nothing major. Then there was a change roundabout in July 2023 when we got very close to the finalization of the Microsoft takeover of Activision Blizzard King. They bought the company, and things changed a little bit because all 3 big classic titles frequently got new updates. Heroes of the Storm gets like balance patches and a couple of fixes every 3 months more or less. StarCraft is currently in a PTR phase and is getting big balance changes, and also Warcraft 3 has seen some updates, even though it was just balance and map pool, but also 6 months is usually a patch cycle. This is all supported by the fact that Bobby Kotick, who had no interest in classic game caretaking at all, is gone from the company, and so he's not the one who's stopping this treatment anymore. But did Blizzard even have the workforce for it currently? They released World of Warcraft: The War Within. They released Diablo 4 plus an add-on, worked on Diablo Immortal, as well as Rumble a little bit, and industry-wide, there have been massive layoffs in pretty much every big studio. So if Playside isn't in anymore, if every part of Blizzard is currently busy and Heroes of the Storm got development again, who was supposed to do big work on Warcraft 3? it does seem quite unlikely. So if you got hyped by the big 2 in the version number, temper your expectations. Of course we can hope, of course we can dream. But if it's not a new add-on or nothing groundbreaking, don't be too excited. If we get something on the scale of rank play, let's be happy that there is active development. For 1.5 years we said everyone could do balance, it's an Excel sheet, you change some numbers, everyone could do it. Active development means there's more interest to it. And this of course increases the longevity of the game and can only be good for the game if it's well executed. So let's hope for the best, let's expect nothing, and fear for the worst. That's my final update before the Direct. We see each other Wednesday at 7 p.m. We'll be streaming, co-streaming, analyzing everything we see. We got the excited counter up, of course. And if you don't want to miss that broadcast, follow us here, and follow us on the socials as well. It means a lot. What do you expect now after this video at Direct? What are your hopes? What are your dreams? What are your fears? And what is probably realistic? Put it in the comments, everybody. Reward me with a thumbs up. And then we see each other on Wednesday. Peace.